All right, guys, how's everybody doing? Happy New Year 2022. Starting off the year, opening up a can of worms. So this is the next bit of video content that will be on the channel, I believe, unless something happens. The plan is to put some time and effort into this $2,000 dump truck that I purchased last season. This has been the plan all along. I want to repaint it, jazz it up a little bit, you know, make it a little bit more of a clean looking, respectable truck than what it is now. Just as a quick refresher, I picked this up, I don't know, probably about 4 or 5 months ago. It was up for sale. I forgot what the price was, but we decided on $2,000 as being the price that I bought it. I drove it home. It runs and drives great. It's got 6 like new tires on it. All nice matching set of tires. You know, transmission, engine, everything was great. The only issue it had a the temperature sensor for the coolant temperature sensor for the computer was bad. So it thought the truck was negative, you know, 19 degrees or something the whole time, and it kept dumping fuel into the intake or whatever, and it ran really rich. So it would start right up nice, no problem, but you know, at that point, once it got warm and it's supposed to lean out the fuel mixture, it wasn't doing that. It was thinking it was still cold, and it just kept running kind of rich like that. So the check engine light was on, and I did a little scanner test and found that to be the issue, and it's been great ever since. It's been a good running truck. I have used it. I used it all fall cleanup season. I had, if you saw the previous videos, I had a box that I built that I've already taken off. So we just have our regular sides on here now. You can see over, leaning up against the wall over there is the box that I built. I still do have the leaf loader on here. I'm probably going to unbolt it and take it off for the season until next year. I don't really use this for spring cleanups. All the spring cleanups pretty much are just debris, you know, branches and light leaves that I suck up with the walker. And then I'm usually doing dethatching at the same time. So I really don't need a big volume or the leaf loader on any of those. So there is always that couple of jobs that do come in, though, that are new jobs that didn't get their fall cleanup done, and you know, it would be nice to have it set up for that. But I'm doing too much mulch pretty much right from, you know, the end of March all through April, May, and June, even into July. Sometimes we're doing mulch pretty much non-stop. So this truck is going to be pedaling mulch during that time. I can't have that you know, leaf sucker and leaf box on there, just get in the way. So I'm going to retire that for the season, only using that for the fall season. So plan on this truck, like I said, going to pretty it up a little bit. We're not doing anything crazy. It is a good running truck as it is now. You know, basically what it comes down to is I don't mind it being white. It already is white. But it's, you know, whoever painted this, I think it's a, you know, a spray can job. You know, you can see it's just a crappy quickie job. You know, and it is white. I guess, you know, it's, you know, if I probably buffed it a little bit, polished it and cleaned it up, I could probably get a little bit of a shine out of it and it wouldn't look too bad. But you can see, obviously, this truck was red before. You can see where some of it's peeling off here. This is leftover from the decals from the previous house washing business that owned it. And you can see we got some rust and stuff to deal with. So that's why I planned on repainting it. So I did order up a couple of parts already. I might need some more. Looking at this fender, I don't think I'm going to go through the trouble of trying to repair this rot on the lip all the way down and then over here. The labor involved just isn't worth it. You can, you know, get a repop fender, you know, shipped, I think it's like 70 bucks if that, and then drop a new fender right on here, and you don't have to worry about having to fix that rot. So that takes care of that. Our hood is in good shape. Front bumper is in good shape. This fender, we've got some crusty rust on the lip, but it's not as near as bad as the other side. We do have this corner here. So depending on price, I might drop 2 new fenders on. I might take the time just to fix this one, cut out this little section here and put in a new piece of metal. We'll see. But that other one's just got too much work that it needs. The doors are in good shape. See if I don't wipe out the motorcycle here. Rockers wise, one of the things that I'm wanting to do now is evaluate our situation. You know, there is, you know, some rust here, but let me grab a little hammer and let's find out if this has been doctored up. This cab corner back here has obviously had some work done to it. Looks like almost a fiberglass, or maybe that Bondo repair kit that they give you, the little fiberglass sheet and you Bondo over it. So we know that this is rotted out, you know, inside here. So I already purchased left and right. The other one's down there. These are just your replacement. Of course I grabbed the wrong side. Why would I grab the correct side the first time? So we've got these pieces here. So I probably don't need to use all of this. I'll probably chop it somewhere around here, or probably right on the seam, the line here, and replace that whole section. Cut this one in, and we end up with a nice new cab corner. So, all right. So I did not order rocker panels yet because I was unsure whether we're going to need them or not, or if I could just repair what we have. So let's give this a little whack and see what we got. Now, as you can see, you do see a little bit of rust here, but for the most part you'd say, oh, this rocker's okay, it seems like it's fine. These rot from the inside out. I'll be willing to bet you anything. I'm going to tap around a little bit more in here. I'll bet you this is going to be one solid hole from end to end by the time I'm done tapping with this little hammer. See that? And this wasn't repaired. This is the original panel. So I don't see any Bondo. I don't see anything in here. So, and this is what happens. She rots out from the inside out. So to do this right, we're gonna want to go all the way right to that edge, right up into the pillar right there. Going to chop that out and remove this whole outer rocker panel, and we'll get a replacement sheet metal unit that'll wrap right around, right up under where this rubber lip is. There'll be a seam right here that it connects to. It's usually spot welded right to it, and then you cut it up in this area here. I have a video on the channel doing a later model GMC or a Chevy pickup truck doing the same job basically. So we're going to redo these, this rocker here, this cab corner on this side. Luckily, this truck, the door all along the bottom, it's dirty and gross, but it's clean. It's rust free, rot free. So we got some good solid doors. We replaced these rockers and cab corners, and we're good there. So in the end, we'll be able to eliminate all the rot from this body and be able to give it a decent white paint job. Something that has a little bit of shine that will be worth putting our lettering on. Because the way it is now, it would be a waste of time. Yep, here we go. You can see the truck used to be red. And this rocker is a little worse than the other side. But regardless, the only way to do this is what a lot of people will do. They'll see a little bit of rust coming out and they'll sand this side of the rust and paint it, and within a couple of weeks, months, or whatever, certainly within a year's time, it starts to come right back again, and they can't understand why. And the reason is it's rusting from the backside, and by the time you see it out here, when you see it on the outside of this panel, it's already too late. It's already worked its way right through the panel and weakened it, and we've lost all rigidity in the metal. So same thing on this side. We replaced that rocker panel, and somebody had already, you can see again, this cab corner. All we gotta do is just rip this right off, and you can see, yeah, that's how much of a repair that was. Probably to get it past inspection or something, they probably just stuck that that quick fix. right? But all that's doing is covering up the problem. So same situation here. 2 rockers, 2 cab corners, door, and possibly, did I just say door? Fender, and possibly this fender. Probably not. I think I'm probably just going to repair that, but again, we'll see what the price is. If those things are only 50-60 bucks, it's probably worth replacing that door as well. So then at that point, the cab will be respectable, no rust, no rot. We'll leather it up so it looks good. And what I'm going to do on this dump body today is just do a spray bomb. It's painted white. Not that I hate the white, but the problem with white, especially when you're doing leaf cleanups, you're doing anything landscaping related, the grime and the nastiness, as soon as it rains, it's not white long, you know. On top of that, it doesn't take long for it to scratch, and then you get a little bit of rust, which is fine. That happens, you know. You just kind of spray it with oil as the rust comes out. But rust on white is about as obvious as you can get. You know, the brown on the white makes it stand out. So that's why we usually go with the black dump bodies, or, you know, a darker color like that, because it hides the rust. So I'm going to spray bomb, clean up this dump body. There's not much to paint. I'm not going to paint the whole bed inside. I'm just going to paint what you can see on the outside black, and I'll do this headboard here. Just do a quick cleaning up, and I'm going to take some acetone, wipe it down to get it as clean as I can. And like I said, I'm just going to spray bomb it, nothing fancy. And as we use the truck, if it gets scratched up or peels off or whatever we need to do, we can just touch it up with a spray can again, because, you know, after all, it's a work truck. So we have that plan for that. Cab will be redone. And then for the wheels, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, if I'm going to just sand and repaint the factory steel wheels. I don't mind that look, the nice gray. It's like a light gray color with the black center cap. If I have all 4 of the center caps, I may do that. The other alternative is just to cover them up with the chrome steel wheel simulators, or the stainless wheel simulators that you just let, basically they're hubcaps that cover the wheels up and hide all the ugliness. They're about, you know, $200 depending on how much, you know, what brand and quality you buy, but that's another option. Basically you're spending a little bit more, but you're trading your labor for sanding and having to repaint, you know. And some will argue the shiny is a good look, you know. Some will argue that they don't like them. I kind of like it both ways. Kind of depends. So we'll see how that goes. I probably am going to repaint the wheels that gray, and because on this truck where I'm going to repaint the cab and make it look really, really nice, it's going to look, you know, the cab's going to look pretty much like new after we repair all the rot. I think it would be worth having nice, clean, factory looking wheels on it, so it looks like a clean original truck as opposed to modified. So on the inside, we're not really doing too much. You know, this is just a work truck, but I did add these seats from the later model Chevy, and I did a steering wheel conversion also from the later model Chevy, which has this 4-spoke design, which I think is a lot better than what these trucks come with. So gives it a little bit more of a modern feel when you're driving this thing around. You know, this nice thick steering wheel, and it does make a huge difference, you know, because these are the touch points when you're driving. You know, you see and you look at your steering wheel, and you're holding it the whole time you're driving, and you're sitting in the seat. So those are the 2 areas that you want to be comfortable, and if those feel right, then it makes the truck feel a lot nicer. So that's something I did off of a parts truck I had. I also ordered a new set of mirrors. These are all, you know, obviously need to be replaced, and I got the larger tow mirrors that come out to here. I believe they're just kind of like this but bigger, and they come out a little farther. OE style, nothing crazy. I'm not doing the California style ones that go up here, you know, the big panel that goes upright. I'm just going to do the ones that bolt into here, but the mirrors will come out to like here. I think they're extendable or whatever it is. And so that'll help with backing up and whatnot with the dually and the dump bed. So yeah, that's the plan with this truck and what's going to be coming up in the future. I would say over the next month, that's what I'll be doing to this truck, getting it ready. It is the off season. I do not need this truck for anything right now. It's the beginning of January, and you know, I could basically park it for a month and take it apart and not have to feel hurried to get it back together, and have at it. So probably have a series of videos throughout the process and what I end up replacing. I do have to order up a couple of rockers and a fender before I can do too much, so we'll see how long it takes to get those. I ordered these because I knew for sure that I needed these. I did not know for sure whether I needed rockers or not. I just assumed that I probably did, because usually when the cab corners are rotted out, the rockers are as well. Got to get myself a gas cap too. I left it at the gas station the other day. So, but yeah, that's the update and what's going to be coming up on the channel. And but all right, that's it for this video, and I'm done with all my rambling, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys, again, happy new year. I hope it's a good year for everybody, and get out there and make some money. All right.